It's been an incredible time here and an incredible honor to be invited. So thank you, Deepak. It's a lot of fun. I wanted to introduce, I realized that in speaking with a number of you here, that even the term wearable technology seems a bit strange. And so I just want to take a few minutes to introduce what it is first and why, and then in fact ask the question, is this a curse or a blessing? Because with some of these innovations, sometimes you can have a little bit of both. A little bit about the company myself. The company that I work with is called Misfit Wearables, and I founded the business with my longtime friend Sridhar Iyengar and John Scully, the former CEO of Pepsi and of Apple. And we decided that we wanted to make products that would deliver technological innovations in a way that was unobtrusive, that will melt into the very fabrics of our lives, literally and figuratively. And so we've done a number of companies, mostly on the East Coast, and finally we decided to try something on the West Coast. And so we raised some money, and we did this crowdfunding campaign on our favorite platform, Indiegogo. And it became quite a success because we achieved our goals within a few hours of launch. So if you have any thoughts of doing your own project or products or whatnot, crowdfunding, a great idea, and Indiegogo is just an incredible platform. We just released the product, the one I'm wearing right now, the Shine. It's an activity tracker on the Apple Store just a few days ago, actually. So you can go get it there. San Francisco, and a lot of our work is done in Vietnam. Very proud of our team there, where a lot of the deep science and engineering happens. We manufacture everything in Seoul. Our mission, very simple. It's to inspire people to live healthier, more active lives. And it's we do that through our wearable technology, as well as the apps and the mobile services that we provide. So. The real question that a couple questions I wanted to address. What is it that we're really after? And ultimately, if you're in the healthcare business, if you're working in healthcare, a lot of people say that you're really in the habit change business. And to inspire change, really what we are after and what we need are insights into ourselves, into our habits, what it is that we do, why we do it. And the debate has been around, at least in Silicon Valley, is it about getting more data or better algorithms? And I think it is quite settled in many ways that it's really about having better data, because better data, engenders better algorithms. I actually think really it's about having better data. And now that we live in this world of sensors, and I see Deepak wearing a number of them, I always see him wearing a number of sensors, we have this unprecedented ability now to get data and insights in a way that just in a few years ago we didn't have. And it's mainly because of many of the things that what we heard in the previous talk, and it's enabled mainly by mobile internet. This little device right here. Now, these sensors, they're no good if they're not used, okay? And you can have the most accurate sensor in the world, but if you don't wear it, the accuracy of those sensors is zero. And so the thought has been, let's make sensing ambient, okay? Two ways to do that. One is to put it into the environment, into our rooms, the tables that we sit at, the cars that we drive in and whatnot. But we're limited there as well because you can't take our rooms with us. So the other approach has been to put it on the body. Now there are a number of limitations there because of wearability. Because many of the things that you see in the market now are hard to wear. And so let me just show you a few of these things and just introduce you to what is wearable technology. Just quick poll: is anyone wearing any technology right now? Any fitness trackers or smartwatches or anything like that? Okay, so a fair amount, about 15%. And so clearly it is starting to, these are things that people are starting to wear, but it's not really mainstream right now. These are just a sampling of some of the things that people that are out there now. We have clips of various sorts that measure activity. You clip it onto your pants or onto your shirt or whatnot. You may recognize some of these products. You have straps of various sorts, heart rate straps. You may have heard of those. Those have been around for some time. Arm straps of various types. A lot of wrist-worn products. And I think when smartwatches come out, those will have accelerometers. We'll be able to measure from there as well. Sleep-related products. These are things that you would wear that would measure your sleep. Patches, they're these devices that you would actually stick on your body and measure different things, biometric signals. Shoe-worn products, these are starting to get, these have been around for some time now. And even shirts, clothing that has sensors built into it. So, so that's what so this is the world of wearables as it is right now, as we know it right now. We obviously also have a lot of apps, thousands and thousands, probably tens of thousands of health apps that where you can do all sorts of things health related. So the real question is, why hasn't wearables taken off? Why didn't like everybody raise their hand here, or even 30% of the people raise their hands here? And I think it comes down to a few things. I think it comes down to the fact that what the devices look like what we see on the left side. Makes you look like Iron Man. Looks kind of cool maybe for fitness, but it's not something you'd wear maybe even to an event like this. And so I believe this world of wearables is heading towards one where it's more about unobtrusiveness, and so we'll see more of that, what's more on the right side. I asked this question a while back, when is this wearable stuff going to be mainstream? Iron Man's cool, but I don't want to look like him. And someone tweeted back, well, when it makes me not look like Tron. And so I would agree with that. That's probably a good starting point. So the dream has been in a number of us wearable technology companies is to make great wearable products that would, the devices that would be worn all of the time for a long time by a lot of people. And I think this is going to be possible by really focusing on an enduring wearable experience and an engaging user experience. And I think with this, we will get better data, which really is about more diverse data, more continuity, and that kind of thing. And with that, I think we will really start to see this wearable technology revolution take off. Now, the last thing I wanted to pose really is, are we really at the edge of like this next era in computation? We've come from in the 80s. We had the PC revolution. My partner John was a big part of that. And then we had the internet revolution, mobile in the 2000s, and now in the post-PC era of the iPad and tablet computing, cloud computing. Where else are we going to, will wearable computing really take off? Well, we're starting to see it as you may have seen in the fitness and the wellness technology space, activity monitors of various sorts. But with many of these eras of technology that have come, have also come a number of habits, social habits that have developed that I think are not always good. We have distraction coming in. We have, the question really are, while we are more connected online, are we really connected offline? Are we having these devices steal away from the natural social interactions that we would have in person? You have this person here, I know I've been guilty of doing something like this, certainly, maybe even right now. And the question is, will these habits become more socially acceptable? And what will happen when we have more wearable technology? Will we be living in our virtual worlds and ignoring the people around us, next to us? Or this is a picture from a subway stop in Tokyo. And this is like if you're not using your smartphone, it's strange. you know. And if you actually try to talk to the person next to you, it's like, it is strange. So, so maybe it is becoming acceptable. I don't know, is that a good thing or not? Well, if you look through the lens of evolution, we've made progress in some ways. Industrial revolution, I don't know, probably a good thing. But something seems to have gone wrong, you know, when, with the PC and with the internet. But I have hope. I have hope that with smartphones, smartwatches, you know, and with, you know, Google Glass even, perhaps we will actually develop some positive social IQ. And in fact, it will more erase the boundaries between the online connectivity and offline connectivity. So this is the question I want to pose, really, and I think it's still kind of an unanswered question of whether the future will be these last three images or more like the middle two images. So that's really, I wish I had some answers, you know. I would hesitate to make any predictions, but you know, the approach that we've taken with the product that we made was, you know, let's focus on wearability. Let's focus on being able to deliver a product that would really actually encourage social interaction, encourage sharing, being able to bring peace and bring increased social interactions with people, where people might say, oh, how are you doing? And I can just tap, and then you can see, oh, you're doing, you know, I'm doing pretty well. How about you? I don't know, we'll see that if that happens. So this is Shine. This is the product that we just launched. It's about the size of a quarter, and the way it works is you just tap it and lights turn on. And it just tells you your progress for the day. And if you go full circle, that means you're done for the day. You can wear it in a number of places, not just on your wrist or not just on your pants. You can actually even wear it on your necklace, on a bra. You know, I always say that these people don't really need activity trackers on these photos, but they do make us look good. But you can wear it in a number of places. I'm wearing it on my lapel right now. You can wear it as a watch. It actually tells the time. You can wear it as a necklace. We've got Kim here wearing it on her neck. It's waterproof, so you can swim with it. And there's a sport band, so you can go rough it out in it, and you'll be fine. We'll clip it into your shoe. We have this app also released on the App Store. You can download it now. And yeah, you can get it at the Apple Store. Thank you for your time. And it's really an honor and a pleasure to be here.
So Sonny, one element of this technology is, of course, to get people moving, and I love that. Another is to monitor their sleep, which is amazing because so many people have no idea about sleep and how we spend like 1/3 of our life sleeping because we need it, and yet our society is deprived of it. But a few months ago, and I'm saying this because, you know, this is such a neat thing he's wearing. It's only the size of a coin. I was in meditation, and I was, and this is while we were doing the study with Alyssa's group over there, and I came across this sutra, which I'm familiar with. I'm sure a lot of you are, in the Yoga Sutras of Patanjali, which says, when somebody is established in peace consciousness, all beings around them cease to feel hostility, just by their presence, not by what they say, not by what they do, but just by their being. So this idea did not leave, and then of course, all of us who are physiologists, biologists, clinicians, every day we use electronic devices to monitor what's happening in the body. EEG, heart wave, EKG. So there's a professor here at UCSD, actually no, at Scripps. He came from Cleveland. He's the #1 in the world in digital medicine, digital cardiology. So you can actually take your smartphone, put it here, and your EKG will be read and interpreted in a few seconds and appear back on your on your smartphone. Or you can put your hand there and it'll measure the cortisol in your blood, in your sweat. So I went to him and I said, that life, wherever there's life, there's electromagnetic activity. And if this sutra of Patanjali is true, then something must happen to the heart when you're in peace consciousness. And when you're stressed, we know heart rate variability is rigid, and now there's tons of research on heart rate variability as the best measure of whether you're stressed or peaceful. It's the best measure. So we went to Dr. Topol, and he's got this digital technology, and next time we're doing the study, Alyssa and team, we're going to do digital measurements too. Because what he says is, you can measure the stress of a group of people, because every time you get stressed, your heart rate variability gets rigid, because it's your sympathetic nervous system that dominates. And every time you go into meditation, your heart rate variability changes. And you can monitor it remotely. And not only that, our heart wave variabilities create electromagnetic fields that create interference patterns that influence all of us. So, you go to a football match and everybody gets rowdy, and after a certain critical mass, they go into rage. Well, the opposite is also true, and Maharishi taught us this many years ago, that you have lots of people meditating, then there's peace in the environment, even outside the room, because electromagnetic waves can go through these walls, right? So the next frontier is wearing something like this, that is measuring your heart rate variability and broadcasting your state of consciousness around you, and everybody's state of consciousness influencing the consciousness in this room, digitally monitored even remotely at Scripps. That's where we might be going, and that's why I think this kind of biosensing technology is going to be very important for the Consciousness Project. That's why you're here, and Jawbone is here, and Fitbit is here, because we want all of you guys to work together to create consciousness technologies.
Very good.
Thank you.
It's an activity tracker on the Apple Store just a few days ago, actually. So you can go get it there. San Francisco, and a lot of our work is done in Vietnam. Very proud of our team there, where a lot of the deep science and engineering happens. We manufacture everything in Seoul. Our mission is very simple. It's to inspire people to live healthier, more active lives. And it's we do that through our wearable technology, as well as the apps and the mobile. I founded the business with my longtime friend Sridhar Iyengar and John Scully, the former CEO of Pepsi and of Apple. And we decided that we wanted to make products that would deliver technological innovations in a way that was unobtrusive, that will melt into the very fabrics of our lives, literally and figuratively. And so we've done a number of companies, mostly on the East Coast, and finally even the term wearable technology seems a bit strange. And so I just want to take a few minutes to introduce what it is first, and why, and then in fact ask the question, is this a curse or a blessing? Because with some of these innovations, sometimes you can have a little bit of both. A little bit about the company myself. The company that I work with is called Misfit Wearables, and I decided to try something on the West Coast. And so we raised some money, and we did this crowdfunding campaign on our favorite platform, Indiegogo, and it became quite a success because we achieved our goals within a few hours of launch. So if you have any thoughts of doing your own project or products or whatnot, crowdfunding, a great idea, and Indiegogo is just an incredible platform. We just released a product, the one I'm wearing right now, the Shine. It's been an incredible time here and an incredible honor to be invited. So thank you, Deepak. It's a lot of fun. I wanted to introduce. I realized that in speaking with a number of you here,